The pressure is on Carlos Alcaraz at this year's US Open as he attempts to defend his title. One of Carlos Alcaraz's rivals has claimed that he has everything to lose at this year's US Open. Casper Ruud, who lost to the Spaniard in last year's final, named Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic as the clear-cut favorites. And even though he thought the pressure was on the defending champion, Ruud explained that Alcaraz had a weapon in his game that Djokovic couldn't match. Alcaraz will officially get his US Open title defense underway on Tuesday as he returns to the site of his first Grand Slam victory. And fans will be waiting to see whether the world number one and Djokovic can make it to a mouthwatering final to close the tournament. Ruud was the man who was able to reach the final last year before losing to Alcaraz, and he thought that the Spaniard would be carrying some extra pressure as he would lose the world no. 1 ranking to Djokovic regardless of the result. Carlos has everything to lose with defending 2000 ranking points, the world no. 5 told Eurosport. But they have been going back and forth now for around a year. It's fun that race is on. After Alcaraz lost to Djokovic in the recent Cincinnati Open final, the Serb is guaranteed to return to world no. 1 as long as he wins his first-round match. However, Ruud believes that the battle to win another Grand Slam title will be more important to both men over the US Open fortnight. With the rankings taking a backseat, he continued, "I think that it's more important to win the Slam if they could, other than to keep that number 1 or number 2. That probably won't make too big of a difference for them. But for sure they are the world number 1 and 2. The Norwegian has now lost a Grand Slam final to both men, Alcaraz at last year's US Open and Djokovic at this year's French Open. And he thought that they both had very similar games, with the 20-year-old possessing some extra speed that let him accelerate in a way the world number 2 couldn't. Carlos and Novak, they kind of play similar tennis in a way. Just there's one thing that they do opposite," he explained. "I mean, they have kind of all shots in the book. But Carlos maybe plays at a little higher speed in the way he can accelerate even more. But they move great. They have all shots. It's tough to find their weaknesses. They both have a good drop shot. Carlos plays maybe more forehands. Novak defends from the backhand side. They're good enough as it is on the net. They've got good hand skills and their returns are great. So obviously it's always going to be a good matchup when they play each other. And you've seen it in the past 4 times that they've played and they have 2-2 head-to-head." While Ruud conceded that the top 2 seeds were the main title favorites, he still wanted to try and stop Alcaraz and Djokovic from reaching the final. He added, "It's always been a really good match. It's a matchup that is going to be a treat for fans and who knows for how many years. When they play it's going to be interesting and I am one of the players who are going to try to stop them from playing again here in New York because it means that if they play, it's in the final. So everyone else also wants to reach the final, but they're now the guys who mostly fans will keep their eyes on during the tournament. And they're the 2 biggest favorites for sure."